Going live. We're going live, Tim Dog. Tim Doggy. We's going live.
Was the button hit?
The button was hit.
Good.
And
Smack
you,
the
sir,
shit out of it.
you have taken your Flintstones vitamins today. You get a gold star.
Thank you.
You know who else is taking their Flintstones vitamins? The chat. Thank you, chat, for being here. I'm pretty sure we're live. You guys want a quadruple check? Let me make sure everyone can hear you, Zalker, because we've launched without audio before. Say something again.
Yo,
All right.
the chat here.
All right. We good. We good.
If somebody's like, have you seen the Spidey 3 leaks, Zalker? No. I'll kill you. I'm putting them up there.
Jeez. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Hey, to be serious though, I was going to use Horizon footage today, but I was like, everybody's using Horizon footage. So let me use something completely unrelated. Guardians footage. And then I was like, crap, I don't want to spoil Guardians for anybody that's currently running through it and isn't close to done with it. So I'm using some Jedi Fallen Order footage on the Series X with the Series X enhancement I captured 3 weeks ago. All right, this game is still really fun, so hopefully you guys enjoy the footage. Something a little different. Horizon's fun, but you'll see plenty of Horizon on the podcast. You guys are all playing it. I want to know all of your thoughts, by the way, because it is it is immaculate. If you see my review, if you've seen others' reviews, Game on Daily's got a review. Horizon's really well. I mean, we got some stuff we're going to talk about with this game that no other Forza has ever done, and we're talking about accolades. So, again, guys, if you're here early, we do appreciate it. I know most of y'all are probably going to catch up on the rerun and you're playing some games. Please hit the like button, maybe share it with a buddy or two, and tell everyone you know about RDX Podcast. We do appreciate it. We've got D-Batch. He's going to reset his router, so I'm going to introduce him when he shows up. But we do have xCloud Tim Dog. He's feeling a little sick right now, but he managed to make it. And you know what? Always good to have Tim on the RDX Podcast, brother.
Yeah, just bear with me. My voice might be a little screwed up, but I'm happy to be here. Big day today. Big week. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff to cover. This is the time where I think a lot of Xbox fans kind of wanted it for a long time. So we got a lot to talk about, and we'll talk about it today.
We're going to talk about me being rusty as hell at this game. Hey, Zalker, how you been, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. There is actually a lot to talk about. We had the Todd Howard interview. We had Forza drop. Skyrim's coming around the corner. The event's coming. Sony's going to be on PC forever. Good luck with that. No, there's a lot of good topics. And Lethal, our buddy Lethal in the chat's like, look at this old ass game.
Hey, Lethal.
Talking shit.
Lethal made this game with his bare feet. Hey, we also got this game's still amazing, man. But yeah, I mean. I didn't want to show Forza like everyone, you guys have probably seen a ton of it. Anyway, Asa from Game on Daily. It wasn't until I saw you on Colt's show, I'm like, holy shit, Asa does other people's podcasts. And it's good to have you on here, brother. Like when I saw that, I knew I had to get you on here. How have you been? And obviously, what have you been playing, man?
I'm absolutely devastated that you're not showing Forza Horizon because I spent the last week training my driver to take you out.
Good
I'm
luck.
so sure I'll be on the footage, just killing you. not beat you in the race, just beeline towards you and smash you off the track.
Perfect.
Just to see how good that system was. But no, it's great to be here to inflict my terrible opinions on all these thousands of people. Happy with that.
Well, your mic is, like you said, you're going through some little mic woes here, but we're trying our hardest. I'm dialing it in too, Chad, just to bear with me. But Asa, he's an awesome guy, and obviously Game on Daily, they've been linked in the chat forever, so big, awesome independent media outlet, and I like what they do, so.
I got a question for Asa. How's that rash called Gaz doing? Did you get rid of it yet? What's going on?
I tried. I got rid of him for at least a week, but I didn't manage to take away his internet access. He's still looking around.
That son of a bitch. The gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving. And like I said, D-Batch is coming. Fonz is feeling a little under the weather, chat. So bear with us. And obviously send Fonz your well wishes because he's one of our good friends. And we want the best for him. So obviously, let me do some shout outs to my patron tier here. If I missed your name, please message me. I will get it in here. But we've got terrific straight G11, That's like the third time we've gotten that correct. Dave Incubus, Ricky Falon, Faultline Z, Not Silent, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, shout out to you, brother. Nano Polymath, KY Bob, Costanza, Goose 8402, Zoradin. We've also got Straw Hat Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Queez, Teo, John, Blue, Vecball, Stevie X, Real Deal Neil, Suicide King, Tastes Genie, Nano Polymath, Michael Bowen, as well as Guillermo Cavillo, All Might, Dark CMF, Alfonso Hogan. You guys are awesome. This list is update around the 5th of every month, but I'm going to mess with the filter. Long story short, if I missed you, please message me. Hey, Forza Horizon 5. We can start with this, right? We all been playing it. It's out today. That's why I'm surprised there's anybody here watching the show right now. But for everyone that is, right? Horizon 5, let us know your thoughts. It's huge. As a matter of fact, it was basically 1 million users before the game technically came out. Now, there's a little, I guess, controversies out here, if you recall. There's people that say that it's not day and date because the early access, they don't have like the early access bullet point. Isn't that there because that means you can play it before the date that it comes out? Like if you have the Ultimate Edition,
yeah, you gotta pay like 45 or 60, or buy it for the 100, and then you get all the DLC and stuff like that. So you get it, I think, like a couple days before. So people are like, no, and then everybody was saying like, wow, like if it has 1 million people on there, that means 1 million people bought the game, right? Like Game Pass didn't deter them from getting it, and then the whole thing switched to, well, those are pirated copies. And that's what that dude, I swear, that's what I saw on multiple like forums and then on Twitter, and I just started laughing. I was just sitting there like, Jesus, what else? Like, what else are they gonna do? Like, I don't know. Like, they're just making shit up. But to me, I get the little confusion of day one, right? Like, I do get that. I think the way they said it, like, if you have Game Pass, you get a day one, day and date. And then people are realizing, like, hey, my buddy's playing it. Why can't I?
But isn't the early access like early access before the day one?
Yeah, I get it, but I don't think they advertised it that well. I don't think they showed people. Like, I'm just trying to like get into that zone. I don't care about the pirated bullshit. Those people are idiots.
I mean, maybe I'm tripping, chat. Let me know. Like, if you say day one, day and date Game Pass, boom, right? But if your feature of a premium edition of a game, like we've seen time and time again with every other publisher, is early access before the official release date, doesn't that still stand with Game Pass games? Early access 3 days early before it comes out.
Does it have to be? How many days is too many before you get pissed off as a Game Pass?
Is that what it is, Asa? I think that's what it is people are just a little annoyed, right?
You can see it's a little bit slimy, the Game Pass. Like all these Xbox games are coming on day one, unless you pay a bit extra and get them a few days early. So I can see it's a bit slimy, but Game Pass is definitely still a net positive, right?
I mean, I guess it's the same thing that they've always done since Forza 7, I think. Early access with the premium edition. This is no different. Game Pass is just your day one, your launch day, right? I guess did they have to switch it to launch day now because people misconstrued this, I guess?
Yes, Gears was included the that's part of the problem too. Is Gears included the
so Gears was their early access
on Ultimate, yeah, when that was a promotion.
So Microsoft didn't run it this time, is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But honestly, I think that this is going to be a common practice by them for the fact that they are looking to make money, and I think that people, they worry about Xbox's finances and they're worried about devs getting paid. Listen, bottom line is, regardless, devs are getting paid by Xbox. It's up to Xbox with Game Pass to make up the money and to accrue it that way. So as far as worrying for devs in Xbox Game Pass, that's not a problem. All those devs are taken care of. They're paid a salary. They're paid with dividends. They are taken care of well. So it's up to really Microsoft to make the money for themselves. And I think this is what they and I do find that if other people have their own, if they have their own Game Pass service, which we'll talk about a little bit later, that this will be kind of the
trend.
The trend, or the what is it? The platelet, or I forgot
the template.
the word. The template, yeah, the template, because you do have the people who get the game one, but then you have people who are crazy and want to spend money, like everyone on this chat, and we're gonna have to have it day one, and we're gonna spend $50, and we're gonna do it day one, and that's, when you have a game that has a buying power, selling power, like this game has proved to have, you see what you can do. So now, if you look at it, they made let's say 1.25 million purchases at let's say at a $50 clip or whatever. On top, you just basically, you've made a lot of money for yourself there, or for the company and for the game and the developer, and you didn't even start.
Yeah, it's not even out, right?
It's not even out. So, yeah, I think this is going to be something that you see. I think Halo will do the same exact thing, especially things with Halo, with multiplayer and stuff that they can pack in there. I do kind of see this being a trend moving forward. With Ultimate, it was an Ultimate promotion with Xbox, with Gears, and nobody cared about it. Let's be honest, Gears did not do well.
Gears did well. I mean, it passed Gears 4 very fast.
It did well, but it didn't do. This was the step that you would think that Gears would have taken on 4. It's very odd that, listen, Forza Horizon now injects itself into the Halos, to the Minecrafts. It's as a franchise, it's there right now.
Yeah. But you said it yourself, though, right? You know how hard it is to do what this thing is doing right now?
Yeah, it's very hard.
Yeah.
But we would have thought that, I think, listen, even for myself, I thought that Gears would have taken that step, and it never did. And it's just like you said, it's because it's extremely hard to do. But sometimes you have a game and everything hits right, and we're in the midst of it right now. This is a phenomenon. This is crazy.
Woo!
Well,
they've known for a while, right? Like, what up, D? Actually, D, introduce yourself. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Man, had little internet problems. I was playing too much Forza and it overloaded my modem, so that's what happened.
Yeah, well, let me, Tim, well said, man. I think that Horizon is, it's doing phenomenally, and we'll kind of get into that. We do have getting up closer to 1,000 people, over 800 already here, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't. Tell a buddy or two. I know half of y'all are playing Forza. The other half will catch it on a rerun, but we do appreciate every bit of support you guys do offer. And honestly, I already explained it, but wanted to run Forza footage, but I want to run something different. Everyone's running Forza footage right now, so I'll give you guys a break while you play Forza. But let me give a few shout outs here. John B, speaking of Halo, Tim, he says Microsoft has charged his card today. Halo Series X and controller. He might get them early. That would be awesome. I got the Gears 4 console early, I think. So you might. Brigaders Blue, he does say hit the like button. Forza is here. Yes, sir. Psychonauts. Hello, everyone. And Zalker87 is a fraud. Heart emoji. LOL. Then we've got Dark CMF. He says 5 days early if you bought premium or the premium DLC via Game Pass. Pegasus are foolish. Yes, they are.
That's what I did. I enjoyed the heck out of it, man. Got that 5-day early access, and it was well worth it because, when the DLC comes, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get the extra car packages. I got the extra car coupon, whatever. It was a great value. This game, like, holy smokes. Like, if you are... See, this is why the Sony guys, they're unhinged right now. Like, I see the most, like, outrageous tweets from, like, the most unusual suspects too. like people are like hurt bad.
What do you mean? Like they're like mad because it's a good game?
They're mad because it's a good game, and they're saying, "Oh, it's mediocre," or they'll show a clip of like, maybe one little texture patch glitch and it didn't open properly, and they're like, "Oh my god, this game is so horrible." Look at like I don't know any game that doesn't ever have like the odd little glitch. Like I've been playing this game for hours. I personally haven't seen any glitches. I'm not saying there's no glitches, but like they're pretty much non-existent. And to try to ding the game for that one little glitch is ridiculous, especially when you see all the critics. Like, this is rated 92. Probably, Tim, you guys know the numbers better, but I'm pretty sure that's, if not the, or...
I think it's tied right now.
For the highest rated game of the year, and it's an Xbox game. And I'm going to, like, really stick it to you guys today, man, because You guys always get on Xbox, say, oh, they don't have graphics, we don't have this, we don't have that. Now, they released Flight Simulator, which I don't give a rat's ass, is the best looking game this generation.
Oh, shit.
It's a next generation game, and it's only on the Series X and, of course, PC. You know, crickets. Nobody wants to say, oh, this is the best looking game ever. They're
It's on the
talking
Series
about
S as
Horizon.
well, even though the Series S is holding it all back, right?
Yeah, they're talking Horizon, they're talking Spider-Man, they're talking all these games. When this game approaches photorealism, then we have Forza Horizon. Yo, this game, like, man, had me in a trance. Like, I don't get as much time as I'd like to play games, and I don't know, man. I said, screw it. Wife was like, yo, come to bed. I'm like, yo,
Dude, I saw you up at like 4 in the morning playing
yo,
it.
like, man, I've been on it. This game is so much fun. I don't know. It's like a contender for Game of the Year for me. I know it's a racer. I know it sounds crazy, but the fun factor, just the feeling that you get from this game is the reason why I became a gamer in the first place. If anyone can relate to what I'm saying, then you know you have that feeling. It's just a mood.
D-Batch,
That's
Game
the
of
right
the Year.
word.
You're talking Game of the Generation so far.
Forza Horizon 5.
I agree with whatever you say.
Say what?
Forza.
I'm feeling a little intimidated right now. I just agree with whatever you say.
No, speak your mind. I'm just saying, man. This game is a mood. It's a freaking mood, and that's all I gotta say about Forza, man. Fantastic looking game.
So what you think this is a 69 Sea of Thieves? What's going on? Huh?
We're talking shit about TNTs, dude.
So what would you give? What would you give the game?
I've got so little to add. It's a phenomenal game. I've played it on everything. I've played it on the Xbox One, the Xbox One X, the Series S, the Series X, the PC, and it's phenomenal across the board.
And it's one of the best looking games of all time, right?
It looks incredible, right? And people talk about can a racing game get Game of the Year? Can Death's Door get Game of the Year? Everyone's always talking about these different games, and I always say that a game to be eligible for that kind of award, it needs to be innovative or ambitious, and it needs to execute hella well. This is massively ambitious, not necessarily innovative. It's fair to say, like, it's iterative from 4, right? It's the same kind of game, the same kind of pacing, the same kind of beat.
There's still nothing else around it, though, man. Like, there's still no other racing game around even Horizon 3, which is like, where is everything else? I don't understand.
Why can other people not copy and paste? Yeah, I don't know, but it's phenomenal, and it's well worth an award to me. Yeah.
Well, the one thing I got to say about the game is that for a little while, like, let's all be honest. Like, I mean, we've talked about this in parties. We said this on the podcast that we felt that the score might have been lower than the last game, than 4, because it was going to be, you know, people thought it was going to be more of the same. But then once we were lucky enough, like me and Dealer got the review copies, we were like, oh, this is some drastic improvement. Like, everything is better. And I was lucky enough to review it and all that, but once the game opened up, where the million people came on and everybody came on, it opened up the game into so many modes. Like, yesterday, me and Rand were playing Eliminator. It's like a BR in the game. It's like a whole mode by itself that is insane. You drive around getting upgraded cars and then challenging people to races across the map. So you're seeing people just like crashing through, like, you know, trees and trying to get to the destination. It's insane. Like, I was like, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this game has so much to it that for the first time I'm like, wow, this should be, I think it's higher than a 92. I think that this game should be considered for Game of the Year because of the different things that they brought into it. Not to mention, they pushed the technology. Like, the series.
Yes.
Okay, in my review, I said this. I said I played it on the PC, which I have a 3090, and I played it on my Series X. I was switching between footages, people, and I said I'm not going to say when I'm doing it. You try to determine when that is. And people were like, I can't really tell, because that's how well optimized it is on the Series X. And it is on the PC. Just like Ace has said, playing this game anywhere, you got to tip your hat to Xbox and Playground Games. For them to take the time and optimize the game across the board takes effort, and that's the effort I want to see from them. I don't give a shit what Sony fans say.
That's a lot of games, though. Like, Playground always do technically almost flawless work, but that's just Assassin's Creed. That's most games across the board now. When it comes to, hey, Series X, PC, you're getting that type of experience on a console, and that's great.
Hey, just to add to what Zocker said, like, this game, it's running on the Series X It's running ultra settings, and then they take it a step further. They're using some extreme presets, such as 4 times MSAA, which is pretty freaking demanding, man. I gotta say, I was really impressed with the visual quality of the Series X. It's right up there with a top of the line PC. Now, when we get to full 4K with the resolution and 60 FPS, and of course, PC is gonna get the edge there, but for like sheer image quality, it is up there with a top tier PC. And I too have a 3090. Like this Microsoft is pushing the boundaries. And let's remember now, we are in just year 1.
Yep.
So once they get the ball moving, just imagine
no FSR, no velocity, no mesh shaders, no nothing on this game.
It's missing a lot of stuff, yes, and it's running flawlessly. And like Zocker said, across the board, I ran it on a 6800 XT, I ran it on a 6700, I ran it on a 3080, a 3090. It just runs flawlessly. Job well done, and this game deserves all the kudos that it's getting. Shout out to Project Gotham.
Well, let me give a few shout outs here, unless you want to help me read some of these super chats, Zocker.
Let me scroll up.
Scooter Shooter here does say, Xbox, we're playing Horizon. Dealer, how do I find your mods, your setups in Forza Horizon 5? And Peggy Sue Nation is mad at about games. Hey, if you watch my review, right, I put a lot of time in that review, by the way. Thanks to everyone who did check it out. But a lot of the cars in that footage, you can just go to push start, right bumper, and then hit tune car, and then push start again, right? And then I think it's at the bottom, I'll tell you how to search. And then in the description, type RDX, and that's how you'll find some of the setups that I have. And again, those are just first iteration. I only had so much time, I had only so much time to review this game, and I spent a lot of it tuning cars, but I needed more time because I'm already making some of those tunes better. So they're in there, but they're just going to get better over time, guys. So I do appreciate it. Doc, did you find any more?
Yeah, I got some. I got some Don Otaku. Surprisingly, been playing Forza Horizon 5 nonstop for 5 days now. Haven't really gotten into one since Horizon 2. Ooh. Trust me, man, you'll be... there was times where I just played that thing for hours and kept going. Like, it just didn't stop. You just have so much fun exploring and finding new races and doing crazy shit. Then we got Risk It. I'm still blocked. Yeah, it's a dirty move. I don't like it. They're testing the waters. If they do this with Halo, I'll be livid. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
He's talking about the early access. And Tim had a good point with Gears. If the Ultimate Edition did include early access on Game Pass, that was years ago, though. You need to remember that. That was years ago, and they could have changed things since and just did it once, and it was a one-off. But at the end of the day, if it says early access, just like every other game, you get it before it comes out. Game Pass guarantees you the date of release. And I don't see it as a big criminal move. And usually I would call them out on stuff like that if I saw them, being the bad guy. But I just don't see it. I see it as a misunderstanding from a lot of people's perspectives. But we all got our own perspective. Let us know using the chat. Zachary, you got any more?
Yeah, I got a couple more, actually. I got Murder Mittens. I paid €80 to get early access, which was from the 3rd to the 9th. So we've seen a lot of people pay. You're not pirating it. Good job. We got Assassin Lupa. I think that people just need something to moan about. RDX rocks.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think she's talking about the people. We got also Nano Polymath. Early access. Been around for decades. It's an added option to Game Pass. Adds value to the service. Anyone who's hating on this can go suck on a Pegasus truck.
Oh my
god! Love Forza Horizon 5 and the 250 mile per hour blurry animals. Oh my god!
270 mile an hour.
Yeah. Let me get a couple more. We have Mahler. He says Forza Horizon 4 also had paid access. Why is it a problem now?
Yeah. I think it's just people are expecting, right? Because you know what it is, man? I'm telling you. Look, whether you're one of these people or not, like, this isn't personal. But I think a lot of people are upset because the game is that damn good. And it's getting that much praise. And they want to play it now. And it's living by the same rules as every game that's released that I'm aware of on Game Pass, day and date, but has had an early edition. This isn't anything new. It's just this game is really fucking good. It's really good. So I don't know any more. You got any more?
No, I can't see any more. I mean, maybe you do, but I have to say that it is damn good. And I remember this. I remember last year before the consoles came out, people were like, "Oh, Xbox, their first party needs to be the ones that pushes the hardware." dude, look at this goddamn game and tell me that their first party is not pushing the hardware. There's like multiple times where I'm just driving around and I stop because it's so stunning.
Mhm.
It's so stunning to look at everything. Like, it's just a beautiful game and so well optimized that I don't know, man. Shout out to Xbox. They really, like, this game pushes the hardware, and it gets me excited to see what Fable is going to look like, but also what other games that these developers on their first party are going to make on this console. And then, not to mention, because it's PC also, what they do on there. Like, it's just feeding each other. It's awesome. It's great to see.
And you know, the biggest culprit of the way this game looks is that extra year. You know, we saw it with Halo. I've always said it. That detail comes from time and talent, and it's very, very true. But let me get two more of these, and then we can move forward. We've also got KY Bob. Shout out to him. He was on the show a few weeks ago. He says the Forza brand has has intimidated and buried all other racers. That's where they've all gone. Yeah, I mean, I thought Need for Speed Heat was supposed to have a patch for next gen, but I guess EA delayed that as well. Danny Passion, shout out to him. He says, my wife is not a gamer, but right now she's trying so hard to learn how to play Forza Horizon 5. She's loving it. I mean, 11 out of 10, he says. I mean, that's impressive, man. And then Dark CMF, member for 18 months, does say hit the like button and get grandma to hit the like button. Do appreciate it, brother. And of course, I got one more. Chris R. Do you guys have prior knowledge of cars that helped you with the tuning? I've been playing Forza Motorsport since the first one, man. I was running top 50 times all the way down from Motorsport. What is that? Motorsport 3 is when I got really fast and really good at the game. And then since then, I've just kind of known it. So again, shout out. That's all the super chats right now. I've caught up on them, so that's great. And again, we do got a ton of great topics. Shout out to almost 1,200 here, guys. If you haven't hit the like button, let's try to get closer to 1,000 for the end of the show. We know you guys are loving Horizon. We know that it hit 1 million before launch. And I got a clip of me and Tim Dog playing with Phil Spencer. The world's fastest capture the flag match. Tim, do you remember how fast this match on our side anyway? Were you on my team or were you on Phil's team?
No, you had the developer. You had Aubrey. She was really
okay.
awesome.
Well, you know what? I was the final flag and we won in probably 20 seconds. It was a good time.
It was fun. One of the things that two things I want to say. One about that night. Getting to play with Aubrey, who's a developer. She works with Turn 10. I think she's
community manager, I think.
Yeah, but she was so knowledgeable in the game. Like, she was like, all right, go here, we'll play here. And they talked about some of the multiplayer modes, like, you were talking about it, Zorker, but she was showing us all these multiplayer things that you can do. And it was really, I was really impressed with that. But, and it was a fun night. But one of the things that I noticed about Horizon 5 more than any of the other previous games is the draw distance. Like, you're driving and you could see mountains and you could know that you could fly up that mountain, or you could, go anywhere, and it's just so scenic and so beautiful. And like I said, the draw distance is like when you jump off that in the beginning scene, when you jump off that cliff with the Jeep and you see the whole entire island, or you see Mexico, and you see how far it extends out, and it's so detailed. It's like usually you look at the draw distance and it gets more, but this is so crisp and pristine, and image quality so good. You're looking at that and you're like, oh my God, like I can drive to that, or and it's just that for me is what really sets it apart from the previous. I felt like the last one was good, but I just feel like in this one, you just jump in, and it's just fun. It's just like there's so much things to do, which there wasn't before, but I just feel like it's just there's no like. You never end, like at most of the times when you're playing, you have to like stop yourself from playing because you 5 hours ago. At least
bro, it's so seamless, and
so seamless.
There's going to be a little bit of server hiccups here and there, I'm sure, because of the fact that there were 1 million people on it before it even came out, and people are like morons, more like it, are running with cracked keys and hacks and all this stuff. But majority, realistically, the majority of those, but the vast majority are purchases, and they're on the Xbox platform anyway. So again, the game is great. It's a mega success. Hey. It's going to have millions and millions the first week, I'm sure. And it's a 92 meta right now, D-Batch, you said. So, I
just want to say real quick, though, before you jump the subject here. The people that were advocating for the piracy, like, you guys are like real losers. I'm sorry. I maybe know you guys don't want to talk about this, but like it's something that really
it should be talked.
No, I don't mind talking about it.
No, it should be talked about.
This is 2021. Like, what are we doing pirating games? Like, first of all, like these guys say, oh, we're going to pirate on PC. First of all, you guys are idiots because right now there's a Game Pass special for a PC where you pay $1 and it'll give you 3 months. So first of all, you're a moron trying to pirate this game when you can take advantage of all of Game Pass services for 3 months to try it out to see if you like it. Number one. Number two, keep the same freaking energy. Yesterday, I tweeted out that Sony's PlayStation 5, it was hacked, right? So one of the community hackers, they found some exploits where they can get the console specific information, which is the beginning. They got the keys and stuff, which is the beginning of like homebrew, which is obviously the beginning of like hacking the console so you can play games that you've downloaded or that you've ripped, whatever, right? The people that came into the thread there, most of them were like, oh, this is not true, or it's not fully hacked yet. He's just reporting it's hacked, so it's not fully hacked yet. Like that, right away they came to the defense of that. But when Microsoft game Forza was freaking pirated, all these same guys were tweeting out, oh, I'm going to pirate it on PC. Oh, I'm going to pirate this game, yada, yada, yada. But just the very thought of Sony's PlayStation 5 being hacked, these guys went into full damage control. And just my point of that whole post was like, you guys are a bunch of freaking hypocrites. If you like developers to get paid and you're always complaining, oh, developers don't get paid, why are you advocating for piracy? It just makes no sense. And I think a lot of us real fans, we need to start to ignore these guys because they're idiots. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to say that, man. I'm sorry.
One of the person I confronted about it, and I had to ask him, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm just trolling," and I'm like, "Well, you don't troll about stuff like that. You're trolling about people's, you don't. That's people's paychecks.
That's an out anyway. He's not trolling. That's just how he really is.
Trolling, but here's the problem: when you actively say, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and you laugh about it. I hate to say, you could get a phone call the next day. If they really want to make an example out of you, they will. And you don't mess with stuff like that because, first of all, you're messing with people's paychecks. It's just not. It's stealing, and it's just really.
Would you download a car, Tim Dog?
Listen. It's just something that you shouldn't even mess with, and it was stupid. But I think the amount of people that actually have used whatever did that of extremely low. You're talking about the 0.01 percentile. Most of the people can't even open up a zip file.
It was the two guys that I barely just killed on footage that were pirating. I'm so rusty at Fallen Order. I came back to this to get my ass kicked, but it's such a fun game. Anyway, let me go ahead and get Kirby Luis here. He says, I want my cake, and I want it. He says, I want my cake. He says, I want my cake and to eat it too. He says, quality mode with unlocked FPS and VRR. Why can't Microsoft instruct their studios to start always including things like this? And, that's a good point. And I think it's because they're always working on things. As you know, Kirby, always working on things, always iterating, always adding, trying to polish what they've added. And no matter if a game comes in, early or on time, it seems like, they're always kind of down to the wire. And if you do see something like that, I always wonder why there's no ray tracing mode at 60 FPS. The performance you see in here from the CPU and GPU of this console suggests that you could do both, especially if it's just Forza Vista. It doesn't really make a lot of sense why there's not a mode there that you can't do that with. So I would say that, they're probably just trying to scramble and keep the servers up, maybe.
Just to touch what Kirby said there, I agree with them. They need to start adding a little bit more modes because these consoles, they're very flexible with their power. They can achieve a lot. So, Microsoft went with a 60 FPS mode that, scales from 1600p, whatever. And then they have, of course, the native 4K mode that's at 30 FPS. Now you could have a 1440p mode that's, well over 60, starting to approach 120, maybe 80, 90 frames. I don't know. You can also have a 4K mode, like Kirby said, where you leave it unlocked. If it gets 55, 56, 60, whatever, with variable refresh rate, it's actually pretty smooth. You don't notice that it's not at the full 60. They can also do things as MSSA. They have it at 4 times. If they reduce that just to 2 times, that would maybe gain us like 15 frames. So I think they should have some more options for the gamers, because the system is capable. I know they think, oh, it's a console experience and people just want to just get in and play, but just put a few little extra modes in there that give gamers option, especially when the hardware is capable. So I agree with Kirby on that.
I think it would create some hype behind them too, and I do want to give a shout out. Go ahead, Asa.
Just on that, I hate options on the console. I know some people really want them, but I am one of these people. I've got a PC and I'll tweak settings and do whatever, but when I see options on a console, it's always, to me, a list of compromises you have to choose. I just want everything. Like Kirby said, I want to.
So you want another
list of compromises.
You want another mode that has everything on, then, huh? You want an extra mode, not less.
I just want it to just work as well as it can on my console. I think in terms of VRR specifically, for like Forza, it would be really nice if it didn't present you that option. But if you've got VRR, then it doesn't need to scale the resolution and stuff anymore. It knows and it handles it appropriately. But I don't want an option for that. I just want it to happen.
Well, I mean, how come if you don't want a mode, Asa, how come Billy down the street's got to pay the price for it?
Billy sucks.
Billy sucks. Asa from Game One Daily. Big shout out to almost 1,300 people. Or it was almost just up to 1,300 almost. Joining us live, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Just try to get close to 1,000 for the end of the show. We do appreciate it. We're talking about Horizon. We're talking about the latest. We're talking about Bill Spencer's newest interview on acquisitions, Todd Howard, and so much more. We got to move forward, though. Forza Horizon doing fantastically, right? It's doing amazingly. There's no debating. The people pushing the whole crack codes, bullshit, and the hacks, and the people downloaded and pirated, and that's where all the numbers are. You're stupid. Just stop. Just unplug your keyboard or whatever you're using. And, shout out to Microsoft for releasing a quality product, the thing we've been asking them to do for years and years now on the show. And we knew this would be quality, but I didn't think it would be this easy for the team to build something that was better than the last one. It's just seamless. It just works. Watch my review. If you missed it, I won't waste any more time on it. They did send me a limited edition Forza Horizon Forza Horizon 5 controller. I did post that on Twitter. If you missed that, check it out at dealer_gaming. It looks pretty freaking awesome. I wish I would have got a better picture of the translucency of it. They've even painted the motors inside on I think the left side. It's pretty awesome, man. There's also some talk of a Skyrim upgrade real quick before we jump into, in my opinion, what are some better topics. But there's people I notice in the same breath of talking about Horizon, they're talking about Skyrim and this other addition, this upgrade that's just like Sony apparently, but as far as I know, this is a content update, not a visual update, correct? That they're charging for across the board on every single platform?
Yeah, I mean, there's new content, there's new quests, there's a bunch of new stuff in there. It's the 10-year anniversary. They kind of make fun of it, right? Like, they're like, yeah, I guess after 10 years,
So why are guys saying this is just like Sony charging $70 for a new game, like the next-gen version? But isn't this just content, like a Game of the Year edition on crack?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it added like fishing and a bunch of other shit in there. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming into that. I mean, I don't know about that whole like next gen upgrade. This isn't a next gen upgrade. This isn't supposed to be
exactly right. So that's why I'm lost.
I don't think. I thinking if you own it, right?
It's free, right? Or maybe it's $20. But I mean, it's a content update, not a visual next gen patch update.
Yeah, this is I don't know. And then it also like helps, like they've worked with the modding community with this thing. Like, it's weird, man. There's a lot of shit in here. They're kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let me look at it. I'm looking at this picture. There's a lot of shit in here.
We've been
it's weird though, right? Like the price, but they didn't actually make the content themselves. Like, do those modders get?
I think they do get a piece of it. I'm not sure though. Somebody could probably Google that.
Todd Howard talked about like they worked with the mod community, and some of those people that helped make this actually got hired onto Bethesda. Like, they got jobs from helping them. Like they've talked about like working with mod people and all that, and people that created storylines, and they've hired some of them, and they even said that a lot of the people that like, or he was saying that in his interview today, that a lot of the people that join their team now, the reason why they joined is because they played Skyrim 10 years ago, and then wanted to be game developers, and now they work there, and now they're helping put the 10-year anniversary together. It's like it was weird. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, somebody had mentioned that they're giving kickbacks.
Going into Game Pass, by the way? I don't know. Is it Game Pass?
I'm not sure, Tim. Chat, let us know. One of y'all has to know. Y'all got the answers to life in that chat somewhere. I want to find it. Somewhere.
It comes with all previously released Creation Club mods, all the DLCs, some new Creation Club mod content, and a brand new fishing mechanic. It's not a better version of Skyrim. It's just Skyrim with more stuff. It'll be out on Xbox One, PS4, PC. Yeah.
So again, this is like on Twitter, this is the stuff that people are wasting their time with, saying they're just like Sony charging $70 for Spider-Man or this or that, when in reality it's just a content update, not a next gen patch at all. I don't understand how people draw the conclusions. Todd Howard did talk about their passion for single player and basically defended the route they're taking with Bethesda and their titles regarding the narrative and what they've been historically known for and how they're going to carry forward with that. And they don't give a damn what nobody thinks. So, I mean, again, when people talking about buying ZeniMax, right, Asa? I mean, they do often say that Microsoft are going to skew or change the way they do things. But, I mean, am I wrong here, or has developer after developer, creative lead after creative lead, studio after studio say they've given them the time, they've let them do whatever they really need to do? Why are people so still in doubt of Microsoft's pledge to let these developers create what they want to make?
Yeah, there's loads of good examples on there of developers that have got exactly what we want when they go to Microsoft. You get this studio that's a little bit small, maybe they've struggled a bit with their ambitions, and everybody wants them to go to Microsoft and get unlimited money and resources to up their game. And it seems to be exactly what's happening. And you look at studios like Obsidian, and that becomes really freaking exciting. You can't wait to see what that studio puts out. Bethesda and ZeniMax, generally before they went to Microsoft, had started moving towards service-based games with Fallout 76 and Skyrim Online, Elder Scrolls Online. So if anything, they're swinging back the other way, and Microsoft is supporting that.
So ZeniMax were more the poor influence, really, telling them to make Youngblood, telling them to make Fallout 76, and those guys, they had no choice. But now with Microsoft, as Aaron Greenberg confirmed on this show, right? He said that they're going to give them the time, if it's 5 years, like to make the next Skyrim, whatever they want to make. I feel like it makes perfect sense.
But we're following that trend a little bit.
And as for the Skyrim, Skyrim is also getting a PS5 and Xbox Series X S version on November 11th that will be free for all existing owners of either the Special Edition or Anniversary Edition to upgrade. It will optimize graphics and performance and be available without you needing to do anything.
So
there you go. Again, the thing that you're paying the money for is kind of like for the 10-year stuff, the Creation Club, and a couple other stuff that's in there. And then the fishing mechanic will be free also.
So basically the guy thought that because you got a free update with the content and that version was more expensive, you were paying for the free update that you don't need the content to get.
Yep.
Life is interesting sometimes, Alker 87.
Yeah, just got to do a little bit of research, and just kind of not be dumb. And there you go.
I mean, I knew the patch didn't cost anything, so I was like, why are these people saying this? But now I guess I see why reading's hard.
Right? Like putting words together. What the hell? What does that even mean?
Yeah, Microsoft like to give you these things for free, and I think it's a great thing. So let's go ahead and move forward. Microsoft are also updating the loyalty badges on your Xbox profiles. Tim Dog, you'll have Xbox Live for 47 years, it'll say.
Beta tester.
You're beta.
Yes, but not with this account, though. So I wouldn't have to.
What was your other account?
I think it was TimDog76.
Buttfucker 3000.
Oh my God. I'm talking about my original when I played on the beta live. It was definitely a TimDog something. I mean, at that point, achievements didn't make any. They weren't big or anything. So,
Well, Either way, you should expect a new update if you have not already received it. That is updating some loyalty badges, making some changes behind the scenes. Some of you guys have gotten the 4K update for the Dash and all that stuff, so that's awesome. Apparently, that does not affect game performance. It doesn't affect or touch the RAM of the console for games, which is awesome, and I'm all for it. I just wish, again, it's like third time me saying it, debatch that damn handshake between the HDR and the flash and the black screen. Shit needs to get quicker. It does. D-Batch is gone.
Yeah, it does. No, it does, man.
That could be on LG's part too.
Yeah. You got to work together, because I know that LG and Microsoft, like they all kind of know what's going on. That's how they issue the firmware updates to fix certain issues. If I had to guess, to be completely honest with you, I think it's on Microsoft's side. I just think it's something they need to iron out, just like their DVR and all. Like, let's not get back into all of that. But I guess a step at a time. Considering that we're still in a pandy, and things are slowly getting back to normal. But there was a big disruption, so I'll be a little bit. I can't even be so forgiving, just a little bit more patient, but that stuff needs to get fixed, really, because I've said it so many times. It's a missed opportunity, because so many people have the option, especially with a big game like Forza, they could, share it out real quickly. They could edit some great footage that they captured off of their console, throw it up on YouTube. it gets more people exposed to your game. But when your DVR is not working and people are trying to put your games on YouTube, and the chroma the chroma's all messed up, and it looks dark when it's supposed to be light, and all kinds of crap, it's not good. So these things need to be addressed. I guess let's just get through the holiday season and the holiday push, and hopefully early next year they can start to work on these system updates that need to be done.
Do you guys remember, Asa, do you remember when Digital Foundry came out and they're like, hey, we basically, they hadn't said nothing, up to that point, but they were like, yeah, developers have told us that the console's running faster when the GDK gets updated, the tools and really the drivers that are automatically improving performance for the box. Things are not dropping frames like they were. Resolutions on some games are a little higher. The dynamic resolution on Forza Horizon 5, by the end of its life cycle, is likely to be substantially, noticeably higher, I think, just naturally in that performance mode, Asa.
Maybe that would be interesting. I don't know the answer to that, because games don't leverage new console features typically. But you're right.
I mean, on the GPU side, right? So if the GPUs, if you're just getting more performance out of the box naturally, like they've confirmed with Control and stuff, like there's no need for that thing to drop pixels as much, and you've got a higher resolution on average. That's something that's happening.
PC, they released specific drivers when a game came out that improved performance, and they can keep doing that over time. So yeah, it could happen on the Xbox as well. Why not?
I mean, it could be less aggressive too. It could, instead of going down to 1600, go down to 18.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I don't know. It's really hard to notice, at least for me. I mean, I'm playing on quality, and I'm fine with it.
Well, the point is that those tools we talked about before release of the console itself. Digital Foundry had already confirmed, hey, look, when they update these dev kits, when they push out these system updates, performance updates happen behind the scenes under the hood to every Xbox out there that receives this update. These games are running better. And they did a whole piece on this. And I thought it was pretty interesting because Dee mentioned dynamic resolution of the performance mode. And I'm thinking like, by the end of it, you could be looking at substantially more pixels on screen. I'm not talking, overall 8 million, whatever at 4K, but, several 100,000. That's going to be noticeable to some people. And I just think even if you don't, it's really the point. Like, hey, the box is getting better. And that's really awesome because it already looks so amazing. Let's go ahead and get a few of these. And chat, let us know again how far into Horizon 5 you are and how much you are loving this game, because right now everybody's loving this damn game. And Zalker, if you can help me do a few of these super chats, it'd be great. Do you have any of these pulled up at all?
Yeah, I'm scrolling up to the top. All right, so we have Raiden Blade. He became a member for 8 months. Hey, RDX, I'm glad to catch you. It's 140 over here, but loving Forza Horizon 5. People should enjoy gaming no matter the platform, but for the fools, get a new brain. Damn.
Savage.
Thanks for being up so late with us, man. Really appreciate it. We have Space Dovakin. Apparently, Skyrim has sold around 40 to 50 million copies. Jesus. I think I own that thing in like 3 platforms. I don't know. I probably have it on my fridge or something.
Streaming it off my can opener. Splendiferous, by the way, let me get his. He said, Splendiferous says, I guess these are applying to Kirby, who's the game developer. He's the moderator in the chat. Shout out to him. He says, depends on what's in the cake, Kirby. RDX. People hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Do appreciate it. Then we got Lord Starkiller. $10 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. He's here every single week. Says Forza Horizon 5 is absolute fire. The review bomb ponies are wow, they really review bomb. Well, I'm not surprised. Why am I even saying that? I mean, I bet you the review bombing the hell out of it, but that's when the user review. So
yeah, it's 8.8 as a user, which is still very high.
0 stars, too much right trigger.
Yeah,
it's too much racing.
We also have Don Otaku, who kind of explains the Skyrim stuff. He says, you get a few Creation Club mods, like fishing and next-gen patch, for free. 200 more Creation Club mods for $20 if you own Skyrim Special Edition, or $50 if you don't.
Ooh.
Ooh-wee.
So there you go. Gray Mona, and he didn't pay, but he said, Zalker, is Iron Harvest any good on Series X? It's not on the console. That's a Game Pass on PC.
Crap.
Iron Harvest is awesome, by the way. It's an awesome RTS. People, you should check. If you like strategies games, check that out. Dan, Dan Lazaro, Google saying Halo releases in 5 days. What's up? No idea. Google's wrong.
Google, they're a little jealous.
I think you're thinking the 20th anniversary, my friend.
Yeah, or the console. The console, right? The Halo console, that new console should be releasing, and the Elite Series 2 controller, the Halo Special Edition one.
Good call,
Meat Puppet, by the way, he does say at D-Batch, thanks again. They're doing that early Horizon 5 stream. That game is fire, RDX. Thank you. Do appreciate it, brother. And then I think that's Raiden Blades you got.
I got a couple more if anybody. Now we got Hargeet. He says after 2 months joining, but ponies need something to complain about. How dare we tear down their stupid issues with Xbox? That's all they have. Clown emoji.
Oh man, he used the clown emoji.
And they still don't have the RR. They're still not asking.
Yeah, they're not asking for a lot, are they? But they'll get it on PC. Anyways, Brigadier. We got Brigadier's Blue. Think we'll ever get an achievement system update? I'd love to see them expand on achievements, give people more reasons to try and earn them. I feel like they need to do that. I think that's a good thing. I think they need to do that if you play they were testing something out years ago about like if you play like one game, right? Like let's say you play COD, but you play it every day. Like updating, getting you like achievements for something like that, where you put like you have like what 85,000 days on NBA 2K, right? Like shit like that.
Well, hang on. Bigger message here from Dark CMF. He says, dealer, check your DMs quickly. I checked my DMs quickly, and he says, I am excited and inspired by the energy tonight. Billy getting called out by Asa seals the deal. I'm giving away a code for Forza Horizon 5 Premium Edition that I will give away towards the end of the show. Hype the chat. Yes, the chat is very hyped. And again, that's coming from Dark CMF. So everyone give Dark CMF a shout out and a big thank you in the chat because he's giving away a copy of the $100 version of Forza Horizon 5. And again, guys, thanks for checking us out. If you're hitting the like button or telling a friend about the show, we do appreciate it. Keep your eyes peeled to the chat. Dark CMF will have that code by the end of the show, and I will try to remember, sir. So please do not let me forget. It's not on purpose. Then we got Flame. Shout out to you. He says, maybe. Oh, he says, I think they're bringing a next gen update. I thought you read that one already, but you didn't. And then we got Xbox. Shout out to you, member for 29 months and moderator with that nice gold and platinum badge. He says, is it possible? Okay. Is it possible a alpha skip ahead console will perform better than a non? So you're talking about like a further along in the updates console? Yeah, they have actually done that in the past with the original Xbox One, believe it or not. In the earlier or more beta, dashboards, they have different performance improvements that they did experience before the retail version. So that's one of the advantages, actually, of the way they do things now. You don't actually... I did a whole video on this thing. They don't even need to be on the same API anymore. It's very, very fluent. So, again, really, really cool stuff. Thanks, OB, and again, thanks, StarkCMF. We are going to get back on task here. Let me find my stupid topics because Xbox are doing a 20th anniversary announcement of some kind. They're gonna have some kind of event or something, Zalker. They've gotta be planning something, but could this be what the Xbox publishing tweet was about like a couple weeks ago when we made fun of that, how that just ended up like, oh, expect something, some chickens and shit, fuck you, never mind. Like it was like,
oh, we would call it the Fable anniversary, and then they were like, wait, never mind, we're sorry. No, I don't. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, the funny thing is about this event is that in videos, I thought a lot of people thought like around this 20-year anniversary, like they would show the Halo campaign, and then they were like, nah, fuck you, we're doing it early, and they did it this like last month in October. So now it's kind of, I think it's just going to be like, this is what we've done for 20 years. This is our commitment to you. I don't know if it's going to be anything with Xbox publishing or anything like that. I think they're going to show Forza again and kind of show Game Pass and what's coming. I don't think it's going to be anything big. I think people should temper expectations. Like, don't get me wrong. Last time they said temper
out there like smacking people with a fly swatter already. Like, hey,
yeah, well, you know, the last time he did that, he was like, temper expectation, perfect dark announcement. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I think that, listen, if you look at this logically, you're going to have a day of remembrance of 20 years of Xbox, probably a lot of history, maybe something nostalgic or something that they do. Who knows? But they're going to talk about history. They're going to talk about the trials and tribulations, the things that they dealt with, and
fourscore ago, Abraham Lincoln played Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I think that they'll just do something of that nature. I don't think there's going to be that much announcements. Maybe a Game Pass announcement. But let's be honest, if you're going to have big game announcements, you're going to want to do it at the Game Awards. So I do think if they have anything of real note, of whether it's Hellblade 2 or Avowed or whatever.
Or a Kojima Xbox game.
Or that, or whatever special, I think it's going to be on the grand stage. But I do I saw some of the I saw a tweet with they were like, setting up the stage and stuff. It looks like it's pretty big. So I don't think it's going to be, I think it's definitely going to be worth watching, but I would think that anything of real note of stuff that's going to get us hyped is going to be at the Game Awards. It just makes
So what's the date on both of those, Tim?
Well, November 15th is the
Xbox thing.
The anniversary. The anniversary.
Right. And then I believe December 9th is Jeff's show, or it's around there. It's like right by Halo. Halo's what, releasing on the 8th? The 8th, right?
Yeah, the 8th, yeah.
So I think they're gonna be like he's gonna be like right after that, the 11th or whatever.
Well, I mean, either way, it can't be bad, right? Unless publishing's there, you can be like, hey, everything's in a new game, never mind.
I know Xbox is going to be at the I'm pretty sure Xbox is going to be at the Game Awards, so they wouldn't show up, in my opinion, if they didn't have anything. Plus, they know they kind of built a little bit of history with, announcing Hellblade and announcing the Series console, and then announcing Perfect Dark.
And announcing the Xbox One X price.
Yep. So I do think that they will have an announcement. So people who want that type of stuff, I would say, if it doesn't happen on the 15th, don't go crazy. It's coming on the Game Awards.
Yeah, and as time gets closer, it's likely we may hear something about that. So stay tuned here. We will definitely kind of tell you everything that we're hearing, and that should be interesting. What else is interesting? Well, I think if I can get back to, hang on, I think I just exited out of the stream page on accident. I just went to Game One Daily on accident. It looks great, Asa. It looks really good. So let's go ahead and move forward here. All right, we got. Some people were asking me about Elden Ring, right? Dark Souls 50. I think that's the other name for it. This does have a it's going to be running at 4K on the Series X and 1440p on the Series S. And we'll have performance modes as well, just for those asking. I'm not really sure why it's not 4K 60 FPS and 1440p 60 with the way the game looks, but it's an ancient engine, right? So I guess we'll see how that turns out. I was also told about a PC launcher, Sony launching a launcher on PC. And again, I'm not saying this is happening, right? Unless it happens, and I said it happened. No, I'm just telling you that this is what I've heard, right? So take it or leave it. But what I've heard is that Sony are launching a PC launcher, supposed to be around the first of the year. Definitely the first half of the year, that's what I'm told, but specifically January. That's just what I'm told. Now, with that launcher, they are going to launch cross-buy with this launcher. And yeah, they're good. So I think that's what they're going to do. They're still going to launch things on Steam and everything, maybe. But if you get it on their launcher, then you get the cross-buy version. Might be the incentive. Now, that's all just something that I've just thrown in there, right? I heard about the cross-buy, definitely from the same person. But I think that might be how they incentivize you to do so. And that comes on the heels of, I think, The Last of Us, the PC version, launching in there. Maybe it was God of War, something in their day and date. I don't remember specifically. But they are definitely all in on this stuff. And if this launcher really does hit in January, that is faster than even I thought they would come up with the launcher. And we just talked about this last week. And I was very adamant about there's going to be a launcher from Sony. I just don't know when. I didn't expect it to be this quick if it does happen. So I'm sure there'll be a timestamp for this just in case it actually happens.
I heard me. Hold on, D. Sorry. Me and Dealer were actually talking about this yesterday in a party, and I think somebody different told me that it was March. So then once Dealer said January, I was like, oh shit, maybe it's sooner than I even because I was hearing, and I didn't really give it any mind until multiple people have started kind of mentioning and talking about it. So, wow. I mean, we don't know if this is happening, but I mean, from what we've seen, I mean, they just had the report Sony did, right? Their financial report where their CFO, not just PlayStation, the CFO of the whole company said that they are going to be putting a lot more money into their PC platforming and making games for PC and their mobile. So this isn't like, where they're starting to talk about things. That's what kind of Sony does, right? They talk about things and then they implement it. They
slow boil their fans.
Yeah, they kind of do. And talking about this, 3-4 months before they start implementing this could be huge. And that's, we first thought maybe them investing in Epic Game Store was kind of like maybe they were going to use that as their platform. But I think they're realizing like, hey, if we can just get 100% of the profits where we don't have to pay...
Bitch, don't throw me in with you, all right? I was the one who said they're going to want that 30% or 18%, everything, all of it. Okay?
Dealer, I don't want to hear it, Mr. Hellboy says 8 out of 10.
Hellboy, shut the fuck up. I swear to God, I watched that newest Hellboy movie, right? This is years ago I told this fuckface.
Oh my God,
I watched the newest Hellboy movie, right? We all know it was trash. I said, he said, how was the movie? I said, well... It was trash, but there was one scene in that movie that was an 8 out of 10. It was the scene with the pillars and, he picked shit up and smashed it. All right, now this motherfucker to this day says, I gave Hellboy an 8 out of 10, and I just want to stab him every time he does it.
It triggers him so hard every single time. He's
I'm like, how dare you accuse me of giving Hellboy an 8 out of 10? I'll stab you.
I don't know what you're playing at.
Hey, so what are your thoughts on this launcher? If it does launch in January, which again I'm kind of skeptical on, but that's just what I'm told. If it launches the first half of the year, that's pretty damn soon for 2022, and the incentives being crossed by stuff like that. What are your thoughts?
They're going to come to the same conclusion as everybody else that puts a launcher on the PC, and that's that PC gamers are going to go to Steam anyway. Always will. Nobody
what if it's an incentive for cross-buy?
Millions and millions. What's in it for them?
Another copy on their PlayStation.
But customers don't care, do they?
Let's say a console gamer, it buys the PlayStation version, and slowly but surely, they buy a bunch of PlayStation games. They sign them with their gamer tag, and it's on PC as well. Is that not good for them either way? Whether or not, Sony reap massive success from this or not?
Sure it is. I'm not sure that it is. That whole strategy makes a hell of a lot of sense for Microsoft to have that massive ecosystem. And for Microsoft, the console isn't all important.
You don't want an extra copy, Asa? You don't want another one for free?
No, I want it. I just don't see why Sony would like. Just doesn't seem like them to give it to me, right?
Maybe they're feeling a little randy.
Maybe they're feeling a bit of pressure, but no, I don't think that's happening soon. It's just Sony, right? And they can sell those games. So
I think.
But Microsoft couldn't do the same thing, though. My angle is, and I'm sorry, T-Bash, my angle is the pro-consumer aspect. This is something that Sony can be praised for. And I think that they need to compete in this area because, like it or not, eventually it will be a talking point for the media. And it's good for all of us. I mean, why not champion something like this and say, yeah, Sony, this would be amazing.
It would be amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see that. I don't think Sony care what I would love to see.
Personally, I think they're personally setting up for a service similar to Game Pass. I think it's inevitable. I think that's where the cross buy comes into play. I do agree with you that most gamers on PC, they do mess with Steam, but we're seeing Game Pass starting to get a foothold in the PC market because there's incentive for people to get it there, right? So I see Sony going that way. Like I've said many times, they paid for the infrastructure of Azure, so they're gonna have the same tools that Microsoft has to deliver their games. It would just make no sense for them to invest that money and for them not to go through with it and offer a similar type service. Especially when Sony is watching Microsoft make this money. These companies, they all want to make money, and when they see another company's making money and they're not making money in that area, it bothers them, and they want to get a piece of that pie. And I think Sony is coddling the fans a little bit. Some people may disagree with this. I say that those fans don't matter, but I think they do care to some degree of some of those fans' thoughts of just not spewing a lot of nonsense. I don't think they care at the end of the day because they're going to do what they want to do. But I think it's coming. It's just inevitable, just in my opinion.
Let me just say with Sony, just really quickly, when I look at their strategy overall and what they're doing, I think, long term, they are planning to move towards more what Microsoft are doing, but you won't see these things happening until you start seeing better games on PlayStation Now than you see on PlayStation Plus. For as long as they're putting the better games on PlayStation Plus,
Now is a lot better than it used to be, though, brother. Like it's actually a legitimate competitor to Game Pass.
PlayStation 4 games. There's their focus. If you look at their company strategy, their focus is definitely more on converting their console users to PlayStation Plus rather than PlayStation.
Here's what I say:
secondary, they haven't changed.
I say Jim Ryan crawled through Phil Spencer's window and read that motherfucker's diary. That's what I say.
Honestly, I'm going to say this, and you guys can quote me. I would be surprised if Sony does not have a Game Pass equivalent in 2022 that's very similar to what Microsoft's doing. That even with their cloud technology, you'll start to see them basically copying. You could say whatever. Not tit for tat here, but they're going to copy Microsoft's strategy. And like I said, you can quote me on it. By the end of 2022, you will be hearing, or there will be an implemented Game Pass service on Sony. So Sony's definitely going ahead with it.
And I have it on good authority that you have it on really good authority that could be happening.
Yeah. So I would say, I've said things in the past that, very early, like, Xbox was full RDNA 2 and people were like, what are you talking about?
Oh my God.
But
we believe you, Tim, and anybody who's paying attention believes you.
I think it's definitely coming, and it makes sense. If you listen to what Jim's latest interview, when he said, it bothers me that our unbelievable, tremendous, best games ever made can only be experienced by such a small segment of gamers. And he refers to the console.
He said these fuck boys on Twitter, they're the only ones who buy our games.
He basically has turned himself into Phil Spencer. He now has... He sees the vision that Phil saw 5 years ago. And to be honest, it's a lucrative decision by them because at the end of the day, gamers will adjust to it. Fanboys will make different narratives.
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's coming. So,
Yeah.
and this. I remember saying 2019. I'm sorry.
Sound like something from Death Stranding. What, are you all right?
No, I'm dying. No, I remember saying 2019 that they're gonna copy Xbox, and I remember people laughing and having real strong hard takes about it. But
hey, man, Fonz mentioned on the last show, man, the second episode of RDX in 2017, we were saying all this.
Yeah, I mean, we've always been saying
exactly.
I'm just saying that just don't be surprised if you see Game Pass.
It's
next year.
Well, I mean, it's at this point, just read the tea leaves, right? You see, like what Netflix did, right? They bought so much content, so much IP, so much stuff that it was like they were waiting for other companies like Disney and all those other ones like HBO to come out and compete with them. They were just trying to buy as much stuff as possible. Look what Xbox is doing. They're buying as much stuff as possible. They're not doing it just for the content. They're doing it to compete with other companies. And look at Sony this year. They have 4 or 5 new studios, including a PC studio. So now you're looking at all this stuff. It's just like, read the tea leaves. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we did say, like, we don't know when, maybe next year and blah, blah, blah. But after the way Sony's been talking the last several months, Jim Ryan, the CFO, it's going to happen a lot sooner than I think people realize. And I'm all for it. Like, I want to see that. I want to see all those games come to PC.
And this will eventually expand beyond games, right? Like, we were talking at a party a couple months ago, and I was mentioning things like Microsoft going above and beyond and not just buying publishers, but buying, these other massive companies that possess their own, production houses and streaming, and they own all these shows. And, Microsoft are capable of going above and beyond all of this and making it part of everything that they do at the center of what they do. And, we all know how, Edge has been doing and they're always looking for a way to expand, and you can't keep everything in one pot here. So Azure's massive for them. Game Pass is going to be massive for them. It's already one of the biggest things they bring up on their meetings. And, they got a big long-term strategy for this stuff. So really, really, really cool. No matter what your take is, let us know what it is down below. Shout out to over 1,300 people watching this live, guys. We do appreciate it. For those of you not currently busy playing Horizon 5, or maybe you're catching us after the fact, we do appreciate it. Let us know what your thoughts are on the game, how you're enjoying it. And, of course, if you want to know why I'm fucking streaming Jedi right now, just watch the beginning of the show. At the end of the day, guys, it's a great time to be a gamer. There's a ton of awesome stuff to play. It's never looked better. Dark CMF is about to give away a premium edition of Horizon 5 in the chat. Life couldn't be much better for some people out there. And we hope one of those people is you. So he says he's about to drop the code in the super chat. And you know what? Go ahead, Dark. You can do your thing, and I'll be sure and read it off, brother. In the meantime, as Dark CMF gets ready, and again, give big thanks to Dark for dropping a $100 edition of Forza Horizon 5 for one lucky viewer.
Nice.
Be sure and let him know how your day was as well while I stall. We've also got Chaos Mike, member for 14 months. Shout out to him. He says, playing Forza Horizon 5 now. This game is fire. He says, rhinos are fat unicorns. That's an interesting take, sir, but I like it. Hargeet does say, wait, you think PlayStation will actually do cross-buy? They charge just to get controller features. You know what, Hargeet? I don't need you pointing out the truth. You hear? I know. I understand. I get it. I just think that you're looking at a Sony that, people, I think Asa, at a time had a great point, right? They don't need to do this. They can do this. I don't think they can. And I think that they see the landscape slowly shifting. I think they see people talking more and more about Xbox. I think they see more and more of these media frauds. Oh, I like Xbox now. Every single day, there's a new fucking channel popping up making fun of Sony fans. Don't you see where this is going? I certainly do. And I think Sony know that they need to offer more incentives and more pro-consumer features, because one banger like a Horizon Zero Forbidden West is not going to fucking save you from an army of ZeniMax titles and all of the best racers. Microsoft's got the best shooters. Look, I love God of War. I appreciate what Sony do with their games. They've got a few really killer studios. Sony Santa Monica is probably one of the best ever. But at the end of the day, you're outgunned. And Microsoft had given these teams serious cash to work with. I'm sorry. So I don't think they can rest on their laurels. And I think that's a Sony that's dead in the water. In fact, I think they are going to start reaching out and doing things like this because they do see that infrastructure and that landscape out there change with how Microsoft are making so much money. They've seen the record profit and all this shit. The Xbox is so useless, but, you know, you certainly can't fucking find no one. You can't find one nowhere. It's the best selling at this point in its life cycle, but the games are on everything. I think people figured it out. Doesn't matter. It's about where you want to play, right? So, I don't know, man. Asa, you could definitely 100% be right. Maybe the launcher doesn't happen ever. Maybe it's a year away. But at some point, I think Sony are going to take that leap, brother. I do. I think it. And it's got to happen, Asa, or else the speech was for nothing.
Hey, speaking on
trust the man that keeps falling down pits in Jedi Fallen Order.
I do. I fall down a lot more pits than this in other games. You ever played E.T.?
Hey, speaking of not being able to find consoles, like every time I tweet out the Series X, it's like instantly out of stock. And I gotta say, this week there's been quite a few PlayStation drops, but in the last few weeks there's been a lot of Xbox drops, and I know people probably hold me to this, but whatever. I have a feeling that over the holiday season, that the Xbox, maybe in just North America, but I think it might outsell the PlayStation just because there's going to be a lot more stuff to play on it. You know, you got Forza with the rave reviews. You know, that helps with mindshare, and people love graphics. That game is definitely for a graphics whore, and it plays well, which is a bonus. And then you got Halo coming out. I just think this holiday season is really Microsoft's to lose because Sony doesn't have an answer for anything. They're advertising last year's games as the new hotness. So I hope they have a good season, man. And the 20th anniversary coming up, you know, it's going to be a lot of publicity out there. I think that day alone, don't quote me on that, but it would just make sense that day that they would release a lot of Xboxes to celebrate the 20th anniversary. So I would expect to see a lot of Series X available that day, perhaps Halo editions. So I think it's a good time for gamers in general, especially for Xbox. The stench that we got from last generation, I'm just happy to see them in this place right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great time no matter what platform you're on. And, you know, there's some Call of Duty Vanguard, by the way. Holy shit, what a piece of shit game that is so far.
Game of the year. Don't want to hear it.
Yo, first year that I actually stuck to it and I didn't fold and buy it. I did not freaking buy it, and I'm so glad I didn't. Like, go revamp it. I'm tired of playing the same game, and I'm a Call of Duty guy. But this World War II,
bro, like this ain't even the same game. Like it's the technical prowess of the game that is a big letdown. Like the game is like locking up and like not freezing. It's just like stuttering so bad. They didn't advertise this game for a reason. It's stealth launched almost. I mean, they got red dot sights and lasers on the guns from World War II.
What?
Yeah. It's weird, bro.
Up,
the zombies mode doesn't have like pack a punch or waves anymore or some shit. Like I couldn't stomach hardly playing the first level. Apparently, it looks a little better and stuff in the second one, but it's just a very
garbage.
It's hard to fucking explain, man. I wasn't excited for it. I figured I'd get it for the story. Apparently, it's one of the worst single player campaigns from COD ever, and it's only 4 hours long. So if you've beaten this or if you disagree, let me know. It's okay. Trust me, I ain't gonna throw no rocks at you because you like the game, and hopefully you don't do the opposite. But so far, I'm not impressed. I have played it. The multiplayer to me doesn't feel like great either. I can't wait for 2019, the sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, which is what's coming out next year. I feel like they released this turd to just have something out. I don't know. Maybe one of y'all in the chat knows. I'm friends with a couple of.
It's 5 to 6 hours long. Relax.
The game is trash.
Yeah.
So far. But yeah, I mean, guys, let us know your thoughts. Again, shout out to over 1,300 people watch this live. Hit the like button if you haven't. Let's start getting closer to 1,000 before we end the show. And of course, tell a buddy or two about the show. Subscribe, all that good stuff. And 100% follow Asa. We got another topic or so, but follow Asa Game on Daily. You know, those guys do great work. The website's phenomenal. I love the website. And again, Asa is always a blast to talk to. even if we don't agree on something, like that's what it's all about, right? The discussion. There's people in the chat thinking the same thing on both sides, and that's that shit I do like. So let me check the topics, the final topics. Hang on, I think Dark CMF dropped the. Yeah, okay. So I will post the code. I will post the code for Horizon Premium Edition. Oh crap! It's. I wish you would have. Can you print this out, Dark, so I can copy and paste it?
Send it to me first. Let me check if it's working.
Dark, go ahead and print that so I can copy and paste it, because I'm gonna be distracted fucking sitting here typing this shit in and doing all
You're
this.
like XF1.
Yeah, it's like. But yeah, I mean, again, big shout out to everybody. Risk It, shout out to you. He does say Sony doesn't have the money to float a Game Pass service right now. Jimbo has to convince the shareholders. They've already got Game Pass without Day. That's PlayStation Now.
They paid for the servers already, so there's nothing stopping them but themselves and their own infrastructure and their internal plans, because they have the software, they have the infrastructure that Microsoft is providing for them via Azure, so they can do it. I don't know what their plans are going to be in the early comings of next year, but they can do it. So
yeah, risk it. There's a reason Tim said it, and it's going to happen. Splendiferous, shout out to you, says boycott Call of Beavers. Go play some Halo.
Little beaver emoji.
Little beaver emoji. Spooky Sprocket. He says, I'm driving around in Forza like that madman dealer. It's airtime. Yes, I'm sure you saw my RTR doing a 280 mile an hour. I'm not using the fastest cars in the games to beat these people, all right? I don't even need them. That was the first car even made to do this shit, and I was like top of the leaderboard, and then people are grabbing the fastest shit in the game to beat it. So I want to stick with like shit that other people can't control, and I'll tune it and make it work. But he says, good day. And of course, he's from down under in Australia. He says, Zalker's still up in the damn tree. Shout out to Spooky Sprocket.
It's comfy up here, bitch.
And then Toonsies, the cat, he says, meow. Shout out to you. You're my favorite cat in the chat. And then we shout out to Toonsies, the cat, who's meowing in the corner. And then let me check this Game Pass. Let me see if this code is printed out here. He says Super Chat is not playing nice. LOL. He's trying, so maybe he'll get to that. I'll keep checking for the code printed out so I can copy and paste it, or he'll Super Chat one of the two. But either way, Dark CMF giving away the $100 edition of Forza. Fingers crossed, guys. Let's go ahead and finish up here with the topics. And again, let us know your thoughts as we do move along, as I stall my ass off. We did talk about Todd Howard, Phil Spencer, talking about more acquisitions, more Xbox studios. And this goes in line with something I had heard a while ago, specifically about publishers like Paradox, right? Paradox does publish a bunch of games that casual gamers like to play, like City Skylines, for instance, right? They do publish a lot of those kind of games that are easily digestible, games that are on mobile, stuff like that as well. But he does say that Microsoft want to invest more in social and casual experiences, teams and studios that can provide these things on top of the 40 teams that are working on, the games that you and I are into. They want to add some stuff like this on top of it. Asa, I'd be remiss if I didn't get your thoughts on this. Microsoft looking to go further than they already are. And we know Sony are doing a similar thing. They're getting studios and buying teams like Firesprite and trying to expand as well. And what are your thoughts on this most recent interview with Phil?
Yeah, it all makes a ton of sense. It's something I've been saying for quite a while. At the moment, pretty much every game that's coming from a Microsoft studio is made for me personally. Everything they talk about is a game that I'm going to love. It's tailored for me. And at some point, if you look at the way that they talk about their ambitions for Game Pass and where they want it to go, at some point that needs to not be true. They need to start making games for other people that don't buy Xboxes and subscribe to Game Pass and things like that already, because they want to grow it to 2 billion gamers or whatever it is. So yeah, of course, it makes a lot of sense that they're going to need to expand it. And hopefully those, like the more casual games, won't encroach on our E3 celebrations and things like that. But Microsoft need to do it, and they're going to.
Yeah,
Well, I think it's
debut in
more.
the right
I think
way,
it's
right?
more than just. I think what you're saying, Asa. Like I get what you're saying, but for me, it's more than just the casual, right? Like or the social aspect. Like I get what he's talking about there, but we just had Todd Howard say like we're going to be committed to single player gaming. But then he also goes in and says, you know, Elder Scrolls Online is one of the biggest online games in the world right now. Like so, like that was a little flex. Like things like that. Like it just shows how expansive they are. And like that, and you throw in like a strategy game, right? Like a Warhammer Total War 3 is coming out, and it's going to be day and date on Game Pass on the PC Game Pass. So it's like those. I know a lot of people that don't care about strategy games. I love them. Me and like Lord Cognito likes them. Dealer likes those kind of games. So they're going after everybody. I think that's what he means. I think that they're going to be going for quick casual experiences, hardcore experiences, and pretty much just everything under the sun, every genre. That's what I've noticed is that no matter what anybody says, and I think Larry Herb when he was on this show, and then what Aaron Greenberg said too, is we're gonna have like a massive diversity coming to Game Pass, and that's what instantly what I thought about when he was talking about this. It wasn't just the studios. We all know they're looking. Satya has talked about this. Phil has talked about this. Everybody under the sun is saying that Xbox is not done buying studios at all. So at this point now, I'm thinking they're locking down games for casual gamers or different types of gamers. That's the whole point. I just that's what I think. I think it's going to be genres across the board. Whatever type of gamer you are, Game Pass wants to have multiple games for you to play and subscribe to. So there'll be multiple strategy games, multiple games of first-person shooters, you name it. There's going to be multiple of those games.
Yeah, because when there's not a big shooter, like there can't always be a big first-person shooter every single month, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have different genres that are in when other genres are out, or at least one that's in when a different genre's in, right? They want that certain group of people to always be there, a certain number. And with one genre, two genres at the helm, 3, 4, even 5, 6, you're going to have a lull. You're going to have a low point. You're going to have a time where there's not as many subscribers. And the more of these genres that you can cover, you're always going to have a big chunk of people collectively on each one of them, and that's always going to keep your stuff concurrent. So I think it's obviously something we've discussed as well. I think it's common sense, and I think that Bailey Spencer is doing God's work. No, he's doing what you expect him to do, right? He's buying stuff, and he's Dark CMF sending me a lot of codes here. He's got 2 codes here for Horizon. I don't know what the difference is. There's premium, and then there's another code here that is different than those codes.
Wow. Chat is getting blessed.
Yeah, what's Santa Claus? Dark CMF is Santa Claus today.
Thanks, Dark Sea.
I'm going to post not the first. Stop it, Asa. I'm going to post the second Horizon 5 premium code because I'm guessing there's a mistake with the first. I don't know. And then I'm going to ask him on the air what the hell the third code is because he just didn't say. But it's Dark CMF. I know him well, and whatever it is, it's legit. So here's the Forza Horizon 5 premium code from Dark CMF, and I am posting that. D-Batch, don't you copy and paste this.
What? Huh?
He's got his little scalper thing going on.
Yeah, there's Forza Horizon 5.
It's all lowercase.
It is, so you can't.
Follow my Twitter. I'll sell it for $40.
You gotta put it in, and you gotta see who got it. And if you got it, let us know in the chat. Is that
the way you said that?
If not for the gutter, your mind would be homeless, sir.
The way you said you gotta put it in.
You gotta put it in.
I was like, finish the sentence.
Hey, you gotta take it easy. Ace is here. He's a gentleman and a scholar.
That's true.
Can I make a point before I leave?
Yes.
I'm gonna go to sleep. With Phil, yeah, this has been something that he's been pushing around for a long time. At first, when the whole rebuild was going on, there was a lot of complaints about no single player games, no mature games, all of that, which is handled now. They have 35 studios. Bethesda's, has 8 studios that make mature games, single player games. This is just a logical step. And like Asa said, he said it well. He said it, everyone here, we've been, catered to, but there is a segment of gamers out there, especially young gamers, casual gamers, kids, that want to have that Roblox experience, or want to have that, Minecraft experience. So from what I'm gathering is that he's looking for a publisher that can make those type games, and they're going to buy him up, something of that. But they're actively looking, and the sky is the limit.
But the cyborg copy and paste, boys. Hey, well, Tim, that's our last topic, man. You can go ahead and say your outro, man. What you've been playing, where people find you, and I'll kind of address the chat after that. But again, I know you're sick, brother. Thanks for showing up anyway. We do appreciate more than you know.
Yeah, I've been playing Forza Horizon. Played with you this weekend. Hopefully, we play next weekend. This upcoming weekend, it was a lot of fun. Just totally into Forza Horizon. I bought Guardian of the Galaxy. I gotta still play that. I still have to finish Far Cry, but right now it's Forza Horizon 5, and you can find me on xCloud, Tim Dog. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Everyone, just being a fan.
Yes. Again, follow Tim Dog. Seriously, he's almost up to 50,000. You haven't hit that yet, have you?
I'm very close to hitting it, and I have to buy an Xbox Series X. So I don't know, man. I don't.
He's doing a giveaway, but can't find the damn console.
I have till Christmas at least.
I'll be able to send you a link, man. I get enough links. I'll be able to send you one before I send out to everybody else, so you can grab one.
Yeah,
that's the best to the rescue.
And if not, still.
No, do you think it's ever gonna freaking? I thought they were saying that it was gonna break.
What's gonna break?
The chips.
That's bullshit. They're gonna...
No, it's not gonna break until mid 2022. It's gonna break a little bit, and then by 2023, when all these new fabrication plants go online, then it should alleviate. But I know that Microsoft they have been sending out consoles to retailers, and I know some retailers haven't been listing all the consoles, and I'm not sure if this is for the Black Friday push, if this is for the Xbox 20th anniversary push, but I do know that in the next 30 days we will get a significant amount of Xboxes going out, so people can look forward to that. But December is going to be really hard. I think November is really going to be the best time
to get it.
To get it. December, it's as usual per Christmas. It's just going to be difficult.
And Halo too. All right, guys, you guys are awesome.
All right, take care, Tim, man.
Later, Tim. Get
Follow
better,
Tim Dog on Twitter and get better, brother. If you remember, Fonz is not feeling well this week. Shout out to Fonz. We were playing Far Cry, a little bit Far Cry 6 recently together. And hey, just try to feel better. Anybody in the chat, let us know if you're feeling like crap. We're here to try to cheer you up. Dark CMF, by the way, dropped the code for the premium edition of Forza Horizon 5. He did botch the last letter of the last one there, but the proper code is in the chat. He dropped it. It's gone by now. But big shout out to Dark CMF. Follow him on Twitter, Dark CMF, just for doing what he just did. It's awesome. Let's do some. I got a few more of these super chats I can give away here. We got Dub, member for 6 months. Shout out to him with that white and red Xbox badge. He says, truly believe that once there's newly acquired studios, all starts cranking out games, we're going to be eating good. Man, I don't know, man. It's starting right now, in my opinion. He says something for everyone. That's a fact, brother. Shout out to Dub with the wise words. The big reminder to the haters out there. We also got Asa from Gamer Daily, brother. Shout yourself out, your platform. You guys have built something really cool over there. I've always been a fan of it. And also, what have you been playing, and where can people find you, man?
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. Game on Daily, still building, all the rest of it. It's a platform. Go on there. If you've got a Twitter account, then sign up with your Twitter account, and it will sort out who you're following, so you can get all of your content and your news that people are interested in. You can find me everywhere as Asa_Game on Daily on Twitter and Twitch, and I've been playing all sorts. Since I've started streaming, I'm quite regimented in playing 3 different games. So I've got Forza's on the go, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy on the go, and I've been playing off of the Xbox. I've been playing Phasmophobia in virtual reality with a heart rate monitor. So if you want to see something funny,
wow,
that game's nasty. and my heart rate it betrays my fear. I'm just terrified most of the time.
Oh my god.
Well, okay. Fuck that game. How do you feel about Guardians? Because that game's fire.
It's not fun. I've only played about an hour and a half of it, and the intro is impressive. It's strong. It's funny. It's funny because it matches the tone of the films exactly. But for some reason, you don't hate it in the way that everybody hated the Avengers for not having the correct actors. It just works. So yeah, recommend that. Good fun. And yeah, thanks for inviting me on. It's great. It's really easy at the moment because everything around Xbox is like a massive celebration right now. Everything's so positive. So it's great to be here and
of course
see all these happy people that are enjoying their Xboxes.
Yeah, man, I wish I would have invited you sooner. Like, I didn't even think about the fact that you would be doing other shows and stuff. And I saw you
on our own show on the Go Live show on a Saturday. It's like
I saw you on Colt Show, man, and it reminded me. I'm like, I need to get Asa on here. So again, shout out to you. And there's lots of reasons that people like the Guardians of the Avengers, sir. Lots of them. But fantastic games. Again, fantastic chat. 1,300 plus here tonight. If you didn't, hit the like button, tell a friend. I'll say that one more time. We do appreciate you guys. Seriously. Zalker, tell people where you've been playing, man, and where can people find you?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, chat. You guys are awesome. By the way, that PlayStation launcher is already on Reddit. People are naming us, saying that we were talking about it, which is hilarious.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's already out there, so people are talking about it. But yeah, chat. Somebody in the chat sent it to me. They're like, bro, they're already talking about this. But yeah, chat. Thank you guys are the best. You guys support us.
How come they don't do that with the other crap that we talk about first here?
I don't know, man. Why that?
Sony.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever, but that's what's going on now. But anyways, chat, you guys are the best for supporting us. You guys can find me on Twitter, Zalker87, and YouTube, Zalker87. As for what I've been playing, I have played nothing but Age of Empires and Forza Horizon 5 the last several weeks. I have like 30 hours in Age of Empires. I know I have 30 plus hours in Forza. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing those games and having a good time. I've been playing a couple other games like Origami 2, which is on Game Pass for Xbox. People could check that out. It's like a ninja game. It's a little clunky. It's kind of but I have fun just stabbing dudes, so that's fun. Yeah. So yeah, I know, man. It's random, but it's a pretty good game. I don't know. I enjoy like the simplicity of it. After playing like Age of Empires and Forza, which are just massive games, sometimes I go back and I'm like, let me play something that's chill, right? Like kind of mind numbing almost.
Don't you accuse Horizon 5 of not being chill, you little bitch.
Bro, after finding Eliminator that ran to me, that VR, it ain't chill anymore, bro. Like, I'm just like hunting people.
Shout out to Rand.
trying to get away.
We've been in parties with Rand over the past several days, and Rand's just a blast to be around. So shout out to Randall and tag Rand on this because, he's probably sleeping right now.
I mean, like, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, no, you ain't. But no. Yeah, it's been good. But yeah, man, thanks, Asa, for coming on. It was awesome having you. I was on Game on Daily's podcast on about a month and a half ago.
I'm sorry about that.
I had a great time with them. Asa, dealer, shut up. It was a pleasure for everyone involved. You piece of shit. No, but Asa, thanks for coming on, man. Your takes are always really well done and thought out, and thanks for being on here, man. I appreciate it. Dealer, you're a piece of shit, and D, you're cool.
All right. Well, shout out to Nano Polymath. He says he used the botch code and got a broken 60-year-old Pegasus T-shirt. Oh, that's perfect, Nano. Shout out to you. Fantastic timestamps. D-Batch, what have you been playing, brother, and where can people find you, man?
I've been playing Forza, man. I can't. After the podcast, I'm just gonna eat some food and I'm gonna get back into it. I actually this weekend I hope to go with a convoy with all you guys so we could just have some real fun in that game. You guys can catch me at Twitter at D_batch, of course, on YouTube at DBatch. I dropped some footage. Was it yesterday? Yesterday I dropped a video of Forza Horizon 5 on the PC, maxed out on my RTX 3090, so everything full blast, and I have some few different settings throughout the video, but it's pretty clean footage, man. It took a while for YouTube to transcode everything there to resolve it. So give it a watch, man. It's some pretty good footage. It was a great show. Thanks for everyone coming on. Thanks for Asa for coming on. Games on Daily is a great site, man. I gotta be promoting a little bit more on my channel, that site, because it is a really good site. You can get all your content in one place, and I think that's what's really good about this. And I like the skits that you guys do over there too. See you guys next week, man. Enjoy Forza, man. I know everybody probably wants to get off this podcast and play Forza, so see you guys next week, man.
Yeah, I think I've still got them linked in the description of like every video I do. I'll be doing more videos, chat. Right now, like I said, the Forza Horizon review week was hell. Like, believe it or not, hashtag first world problems. But you know, it's a lot to get to, and in a week, and to play Forza like I do, I like to tune cars and put builds on cars. You know, they got more engine choices than ever. I like to mess around with that stuff, man. So it was rough, and literally didn't have time to build any other videos outside of that. And then after the review hit, and then just wanted to chill, honestly, and play some Forza and just do what I want to do instead of beelining stuff, and then play Guardians as well, which I didn't get to do today because I was building montages for videos. First time I've done that in a couple months, really. So it's just new footage for videos to use. And yeah, man, seriously, if you guys haven't checked out my Horizon review, consider going checking it out. Maybe you're already playing the game, but I put a lot of time in that, and I appreciate every single person that commented, hit the like and all that. I knew, that obviously it wasn't going to do the greatest numbers in the universe. It's in Game Pass. Go try it yourself. But for those that still stuck around and checked it out anyway, we do appreciate it. I just want it to be seen, so 20,000 something have seen it. Hopefully that gets up past, 25 or maybe 21. Let's aim for 21, Zauker. 2,100 people. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, guys, thanks. And let us know your thoughts as I slowly die in the corner. Hit the like button, tell a friend, subscribe, support these guys because they make good content. And we're going to go play some games, man. We will see you guys.
I finished all my baby carrots. We're done.
We will see you guys on the next Real Deal Xbox podcast. And hopefully I'll have a video out in the next couple days. So again, guys, thank you. We're out.
Later, everybody.